for Comedy Central's roast battle, and he's here tonight to give you guys stitches. Make it loud, please, and welcome to our stage, Mr. Gordon Downs. Give it up for your host, Jonathan Bird, everybody. He fucking nailed that intro that I gave to him 12 times. Memorize that shit. Oh yeah! Good to be here tonight at the Comedy Palace, right off the fucking freeway. I love that shit. Easy access. How many people took an Uber here? Make some noise, Uber passengers. Where you at? It's like a quarter of the crowd. Awesome. Means everyone else is drinking and driving. They're like, fuck it, they can't pull us all over at the same time. Follow that guy. Serpentine. Because I don't blame you guys. As convenient as Uber is, it's an extremely shady way to travel. First time I took an Uber, within 90 seconds, my driver turned to me and said that he used to work at a strip club and that he used to sell ecstasy. Just a word of the wise, if a stranger ever tells you that he used to sell ecstasy, guess what? He still sells ecstasy. Get some of that shit, take it home. I don't know if you know that if you translate Uber from German to English, it means ex-convict. That's true, you can go home and Bing that. No one ever likes that fucking Bing reference. Despite the fact that it's a search engine that exists. It's good to be here tonight at an actual comedy club. I love this place. Comics these days will do gigs wherever we can. I recently did a show at a marijuana dispensary. Yeah! Do we have any potheads here tonight? Thank you for mustering up that strength. And for making it off your sofa and into our lives. I did a show at a marijuana dispensary, and it was the worst 30 minutes of my life as a comedian. And don't get me wrong, I love marijuana, as you can tell from my wardrobe and body. It's delicious these days. Make sure you get the kind you can eat. It was a horrible experience because it was like doing stand-up for a group of people who had just started listening to side 2 of Dark Side of the Moon. You know what I mean? They were high as shit. And then my favorite part, when it came time to pay me, they gave me a plate full of brownies. I was like, it's like, that's awesome. You're gonna tell I like chocolate. I'll have some of these brownies when you cut the check. They're like, you don't understand. That is $300 worth of brownies. It's like, $300 worth of brownies? What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Take some Tupperware into Union Bank, try to initiate a barter transaction? What am I supposed to tell Capital One when they come asking what's in your wallet? Fucking brownies. I'm sorry if I'm a little frustrated, right? I guess what I'm trying to say is, I have brownies for sale after the show. $10 a pop, because this is a hot Saturday night crowd, yes! Comedy Palace! Order the falafel, I endorse it! How many people are drinking tonight? Make some noise, drinkers. Have you guys seen those new Bud Light, Lime, Strawberry, Margarita Tall Boys? It's like, finally, something for that gay cholo in your neighborhood. It's a hearty joke right there. You guys are a cool crowd, I'm not gonna lie to you, alright? I originally was gonna lie to you guys. I like the cut of your jib, alright, all of you. The other day I did a line of cocaine off a stripper's ass. Boy, did he get upset. I was like, come on, man, I thought this was a party. And it was for my cousin's quinceañera. No idea why I hired a male stripper. I was high on cocaine. Since we're on the subject, we're all adults here, we're all having fun. Make some noise if you've tried cocaine before you're done. Make some noise, everybody. Yes, who's done with a little bit of coke? I love seeing the couples who look at each other like, we did coke, right? That one, can we admit that? That one time we did coke in San Felipe, 2008? Is that cool to say that? Are we with your boss right now? Am I allowed to do this? We are not getting the promotion at the bank anymore. Comedy club's the only place in North America where you can be like, who likes coke? And people will be like, oh yeah! Right here! You can't be like at Rite Aid or CVS, shopping for toiletries. And then you just stop and be like, hey, who likes coke? People start screaming, over here! on the candy aisle. It's good times. It's a hot crowd, man. Thank you. Take a breather. Give that man some oxygen. Does anyone need a ride home? I am an Uber driver. If you do, use my Uber code. It's Bukkake420. That's how you can find me. It's a hot crowd. They love the Bukkake 420 joke. I know which side of your bread is buttered on. And that's nasty. You guys are a great crowd. It's good to be here, and I mean that because my girlfriend moved in with me 6 months ago. So any time out of the house is fucking good. Thank you for not judging me, alright? Thank you, I appreciate it. I love my girlfriend, but she has these quirks, or as I like to call them, red flags. She has these red flags I should have seen before I let her move in. Like the other day she came home and she told me she had a surprise for me. I was like, really, what's that? She's like, I got some lingerie at Ross. I too laughed and pulled back, just like you guys did. I laughed in her face and I pulled away like a douchebag boyfriend. I should have been like, oh, you got some lingerie at Ross? I didn't know they had a boudoir section. It's the same place we get our dogs chew toys, right? What are you supposed to tell your girlfriend when she says I got some lingerie at Ross? I was like, oh, that'll go great with the dildo I got at Marshall's. You got some lingerie at Ross? That'll go great with these anal beads I got at Big Lots. They're back there by the dog chew toys. Gotta be careful what you put in your dog's mouth, guys, alright? And I'm not getting paid to say that. She came home the other day and she said something that most men would love to hear. She was like, hey honey, I want to have sex in the shower. So of course I said yes. I was like, let's do this. I learned a very valuable lesson that day. You need to be tall to successfully have sex in the shower. Otherwise it's just a lot of apologizing in between trying not to drown. I know what you're thinking, and no, I wasn't doing it wrong, okay? I have sex in the shower like every other dude in this room. I lie face down, prone on the shower floor. My girlfriend pegs me with a bottle of Selsun Blue. It's a little too early for that, I apologize. That Selsun Blue reference. You guys are a hot crowd, I like you. This is a young, hip crowd. Who wants to hang out with me and Jonathan Bird after the show? That's a lot of dudes. So, I heard no effeminate, yes! I heard a lot of dudes that want to fucking hang. Well, let's hang, John. We got nothing else going on. I think the future is going to be a scary place, mainly because of all the grandparents that are going to have neck tattoos. You know what I mean? There's a lot of young people getting neck tattoos now. It's just going to be a bunch of scary old people standing in line at Target and Starbucks, scaring the shit out of everybody in the future. You know what I mean? Someone have a throat tattoo over there? What's up? You're gonna see an old man with a giant pirate tattoo across his neck, like a pirate ship. And you're like, oh my god, was that guy the leader of a gang? Like, no, that was my high school principal. Give him his latte. This conversation is actually gonna happen sometime in the future. A little girl is gonna go up to her grandmother, and she's gonna say, Grandma, what does that say on the side of your neck? That says, we'll twerk for Molly. I used to love to dance and do recreational drugs. But Grandma, what is that dead butterfly on the side of your throat supposed to mean? That says Bangers World Tour 2014. I used to love Miley Cyrus, or as you know her, Senator Cyrus. That's what happens in the future. She turns those followers into voters. We can prevent it from happening. East County, where are you at? I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I love East County. Grossmont in the house. What's up? Griffin, right here. Keep it in your pants, guys. I think the main thing about the grandparents of the future, they're gonna have like horrible, shitty origin stories of how they met. You know what I mean? Like all of our grandparents had very sweet stories of how they met. It's like, Grandpa, how did you meet Grandma? It's like, well, I met her at a sock hop. We held hands for 6 months, and then I gave her a kiss and we got married. That's how a lot of our grandparents met. A lot of very sweet black and white movie stories. grandparents in the future are gonna have horrible, shitty stories of how they met. It's happening right now in this room. They'd be like, Grandpa, where did you meet Grandma? He's like, well, I was at this place called Coachella. I was peeing behind the same dumpster your grandmother was vomiting behind. And when we realized we're on the same type of mushroom, she gave me a blowjob behind a vegan food truck. You guys are great. That's my time. God bless you, Claremont.